6 months ago, I made a pivotal transition from still lenses to cinema lenses, choosing the Sule Nightwalker series to bring a new dimension to my videos. Why, you ask? Well, cinema lenses, unlike their still counterparts, are designed with precision and consistency in mind. They're about bringing stories to life with every frame meticulously crafted for the viewer's immersion. Moving from still lenses to cinema lenses was still a leap, but with the Nightwalkers, it felt like a step in the right direction. It wasn't a decision I made lightly because losing autofocus was a really scary task when you've been relying on it from the beginning. But after much research and contemplation, I decided it was time to be more intentional with my choices. What better way than using cinema lenses? The Nightwalker series specifically caught my eye for a few reasons. First of all, it's a trio of prime lenses at 24mm, 35mm, and 55mm. They all have the same thread of 67mm, so that way filters can be used on all of them and I don't have to buy different sets of filters. They have the same weight and size, so that way switching between gimbal or something that I've balanced will always be consistent and I don't have to rebalance it. They have the same ring points for both focusing and managing the aperture, so that way there's consistency if, let's say, I'm using a focus puller. It's designed for Super 35 APS-C sensors, so that means with my Sony a7C, I can use these lenses in Super 35. They promise a consistency in color tone, but I will say that the 24mm is warmer and the 55mm, as we get through there, gets colder. Now moving on to why I really love these lenses is because each one fills a role in my filmmaking journey. When you're setting the scene, I would use the 24mm. That's nice and wide to get everything started and to establish what's going on in the scene. Now the 35mm is where we can start to get a little bit more detailed, show more emotion and just kind of add depth to the story as well. Then with the 55mm, that's where we get all the details, all the small things, close-ups, things that will help us give detail into what's occurring on your scene and to, add the spice. Now, no lens is perfect. The Nightwalkers are no exception. On the pro side, the build quality and image sharpness are exceptional for the price. However, they are manual lenses. I'm still getting used to that and not having any autofocus. It requires a lot of thought in the process, and so you're taking a lot more time in your scenes, you're taking a lot more time in everything that you're doing, and it's a lot more intentional. Now, that's not a bad thing, but when you're on a run and gun shoot, or if you're on something that doesn't give you time to set things up and you have to go on the fly, it can make it complicated. But I will say, adapting to cinema lenses have been a learning curve, and I feel like I am much more in tune with both my camera itself and the future lenses that I'm using. I can see more consistency in my work and more intention in the shots that I'm doing. Working with the Nightwalkers has taught me to be more deliberate with the framing, focus, and exposure. Every adjustment, every setting now feels like a conscious choice rather than a quick fix or it not done with me in mind. And honestly, the fact that the T1.2 just allows for so much light, it's so phenomenal in both bright and dark settings. I usually just put an ND filter from outside, and then in the night, it works really great with the 1.2 aperture. In conclusion, the Sule Nightwalker lenses have been a game changer for me. They've not only improved the quality of my work, but also deepened my understanding of the filmmaking process. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting, investing in gear that challenges you can be the key to unlocking new levels of creativity. And honestly, I think that you should pick these up. While I was originally going to say that the 24mm would be great, I just heard about a new Sule release of both 16mm and I believe 75mm. I am personally excited for the 16mm because it's going to widen my lens and widen my selection of choices to create better scenes. So if you had to choose one of these, I would then maybe say that 16mm that's coming out because I personally am really excited for it, and it's pretty wide if you're trying to either film yourself or film scenes, and even probably for use for travel. But if you had to choose between these, I would say maybe go for the 35. It's a good middle ground. It gets wide enough for scenes to still work if you push it back more, but it can also get close to create more depth in general. Either way, if you want to enhance your filmmaking journey, I recommend trying cinema lenses, getting used to them, either budget or if you want to buy expensive, and just to get a better understanding of what kind of work you're trying to produce and the stories you're trying to tell. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more filmmaking and gear reviews. Let me know if you've had any good or bad experiences with the Silver Nightwalkers, and how you feel about cinema lenses in general. Until next time, keep creating, keep learning, and always aim for the next level in your craft. See you in the next video.